We have a whiteboard here. You are, I think of you as sort of a maestro in a sense of the whiteboard. And he is. And,
he is.
And I was in your office about a month ago, and I asked you a similar question of what Kara just asked, and you did a great job explaining it, but it was even better with the whiteboard. You don't have to use it if you don't want. I just want you to know it's here.
Okay. Well, if they want to wheel it out,
Can you guys wheel it out?
But I think...
Bring it on up.
It's a technology conference. We have a whiteboard.
Bring it on up.
At the end of the day, online advertising, you've got all these publishers. Publishers are people with inventory, people who want to sell ads. You have advertisers who want to buy advertising, and then you have data and algorithms that match them up. And in some senses, the more inventory that comes into the marketplace, the more people bid, the higher the price, the more that can be paid out to the publisher, etc. And this is kind of a flywheel, and it depends on scale. One of the most important applications is search. There's going to be some community applications, maybe some other commerce applications, but search is an important application. This is a scale operation. And to accelerate scale, it made sense to us to take a look at the Yahoo acquisition. The truth of the matter is, if nobody else gets scale except the current leader, Google.
You can say their name.
Yeah, I can say their name. Anyway. You know, what happens? Value eventually gets transferred from publishers and advertisers into this ecosystem. And so we think there's an opportunity to participate in that and to try to change the way things work. Otherwise, over time, you know, all the ads for the Wall Street Journal online will be sold, you know, by one guy, and they'll tell you exactly how much your editorial is worth.
Yeah, like a monopoly. Interesting. What do you think?
Believe me.
What do you think?
Whatever. She makes a great point. I mean, that's the sort of argument that was made against you.
Am I saying that there's something wrong? I'm just saying we are guys who will compete. That's all I'm saying.
Guys like us avoid them because we compete.
Right. So what do you think about it?
All right. So let's switch gears for a second and talk about the business where you are dominant, which is, and there are a couple of them, but let's just talk about the
main one.
The operating system and Vista. Is Vista a failure? Is it a mistake? I mean, how do you see Vista at this point?
No, this is not a failure, and it's not a mistake. Are there things that we will continue to modify and improve going forward? Sure. With 20/20 hindsight, do we say, would we do some things differently? Undoubtedly there are. There's no question about that. And, you know, are there things, application compatibility, should we have been in a little different spot? Probably, but we made a judgment that there was so much pressure to get security right, we gave up, frankly, some compatibility for security. Tough trade-off. Would we make it the same way today? We'll make some incremental improvements, and today, 99 of the top 100 applications run really well on Windows Vista.
Is Vista up to your expectations as compared to some of those other things, and has there been any damage to the company from it?
Well, there's no product we've ever shipped, including Windows 95, that was 100% of what I wanted in the product. That's part of the magic of software, is people give you feedback about what they don't like, what they want you to change, and you get to do a new version. You know, we're hard at work on a new version based on, okay, compatibility, we're going to do better. The way you see the user interface of security, we're going to do better. The way we help move you up to the new version, we're going to do better on that. So there's a ton of things. We have a culture that's very much about we need to do better. Vista's given us more opportunities to exercise our culture than some products that we've shipped.
Yeah, hi, Jim O'Reilly, O'Reilly Media. Your last comment was a perfect segue. I'm mindful of Jim Collins' comment that great companies have big, hairy, audacious goals. And Microsoft is a super example of that, you know, a computer on every desk and in every home. But you pretty much achieved that. And it seems to me that Microsoft has been playing Me Too a lot in recent years. And the question I have is, do you have a new big, hairy, audacious goal, or should you? You know, as opposed to sort of looking at what other people are doing.
doesn't have to be hairy. But
Well, and Steve and I have talked publicly about a thing that is very exciting that we created, which codifies the big goals, and these are called the quests. And so we say, what is the home going to look like over the next decade? What will development look like? How will you be able to write a tenth as much code as you write today? Why will the IT data center have no people in it at all? It'll be automatically run, software-driven thing. So we take each of those communities. What will that information worker's office look like? How will they communicate? How will they navigate information? And we actually write down those goals, and then we have offsites where we talk about how those things will change, how they'll be different. And so really being ambitious, take interactive TV. One of the biggest goals anybody's had is to revolutionize TV. Well, it's happening now with AT&T. It took longer than we expected. Tablet PC, every student in the world having that tablet PC, not having textbooks. That's a big, audacious goal. We have many places around the world that are doing that today. And that's the kind of thing. I'm sorry?
How do you reconcile that with sort of search being this huge priority and the pursuit of Google and seeming to be all-consuming versus following your own vision?
That's reading the press too much.
Okay.
don't do that.